So greetings, what's going on? It's Mike's from livemyassoff.com. And if there ever were a time to say, what would I do if I were living my ass off? It's right after all of social media and the news is bombarded with information about why everyone in Hawaii got a false message that there was an inbound missile coming. And I made a post on Facebook because about how that incident really made me pause and be like, so what would happen if that flashed up on my phone in San Diego? Because I'm kind of a part of this club where we believe that acceptance is the answer to all our problems, and that being powerless is actually a more comfortable way to live. And I embrace that, accepting my powerlessness over people, places, and things, and that sort of thing. And I'm pretty powerless over what any country does, really. And certainly I'm powerless over our own, and I'm powerless over whatever other crazy country wants to harm us or other people, right? As are all of you. And there's some degree of contentment to that. A lot of people would say, yeah, it pisses me off, right? It's frustrating. I wish I could make them do as I say. But anyway, it got me to thinking. The first thought in my mind was, what will I do in the last few minutes as this thing is flying through the air to destroy me and all of my local friends? And I would want to talk to my folks, for sure. That was the first thought. And then probably like a nanosecond later, I was like, I'm not near Gracie. And it was sort of a realization. And so the post I put on Facebook was, I thought to myself, where would I want to be and who would I want to be with, right? Something that basically, I guess you could argue, you really don't get to decide in the last few minutes of your existence anywhere, right? I guess a lot of people, it's sort of, I don't know, at least my experience with the elderly as they pass along is that they end up in hospice. And so the last few minutes you're sort of surrounded by medical people as well as your loved ones, right? Ideally. But where would you want to be? I mean, the first thought in my mind was, man, it'd be really cool if I was in hospice. No, right? It would be like, I want to be at a beach with Gracie. Where it's warm, and so it got me to, so my post was that, the thought in my mind was not, I want to be living and working in San Diego, where I'm blessed to have very good friends. Don't get me wrong. San Diego is the best city for me, pretty much at this moment, because it has my ability to seek and get recovery for various ailments that I may have, to seek emotional solution on other things. It's it's incredibly safe. The weather's decent. The economy's awesome. And all that, right? So it's not like I want to chuck all of that. And my job is the best one I've ever had. And I have the best job. I have the best boss I've ever had. So, wouldn't want to get rid of that anytime soon. Oh, by the way, I'm at Oyster Point, which is this area, in San Francisco. And so the airport is over there. And I'm heading back to my hotel, which is the Marriott, Courtyard by Marriott, over here. And I'm at the World Crypto Economic Forum, the first inaugural conference at the South San Francisco Convention Center. So that's where I am. But just hours before this, right, there was that notification about a missile inbound to Hawaii. So anyway, so it got me thinking, like, don't get me wrong, I mean, I am acutely aware of all the blessings I have in my life right now. And a lot of that involves, where I live and the job I have and the travel I get to do and the benefits that as well as, the health of my parents and the blessing of my relationship with Gracie. So it got me to thinking, like, okay, so inbound missile, where do I want to be, right? Because it could happen anywhere if you think about it. Now, that said, I don't know if I want to make decisions in my life based on the possibility of a missile coming to kill me. Because you could argue that would be about the same decision-making process as saying, well, there's a chance I might win the lottery, so I should spend accordingly. And I know some people that do that. So, I suppose you could argue that there's a 1 in 300 million chance that an inbound missile will be striking, and take cover. This is not a drill. But nonetheless, it just is sort of one of those things where it's like, I'm coming up on 50, and what do I want to be doing for the next half, right? So anyway, I don't know if you gave that any thought. I would love to hear that in the comments, if you don't mind. But a buddy of mine actually posted sort of a rebuttal, which is, external forces really make you sort of look at other decisions, really make you say, hey, what decision should I make based on what's happening around me, You know what I love, actually? So I'm here in San Francisco, where, San Bruno, right, just down the street, is where YouTube is. And, I'm near Silicon Valley, and I'm near all of technology. And, you drive down the street, and there's a building for SAP and IBM and Cisco. Well, actually, Cisco's up in Santa Clara, but there's other, web companies. This building here, I'm sure, houses dozens of tech companies, all providing solution in one way or another. But what I was going to say is what I really like is I'm sitting here, basically talking into my hand, right, as I'm holding up my phone. And the people walking the other way, they don't even give it a second thought. I mean, they're just like, oh yeah, he's probably making a YouTube video. Of course, because that's what you do here. Oh, the other thing I love about being here is the free, slowest internet you can get in the hotel is lightning fast. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for staying in the hub of technology, the epicenter, actually, of technology, you could argue, right? So anyway, I just wanted to put this up there. I got a whole bunch of other videos from my travel our travel, Gracie and I. Thailand to Philippines, that sort of thing. And that's coming up. But anyway, I just wanted to put this out there because it really made me think. And I like those opportunities that the world gives me to kind of reflect or just sort of pause and be like, okay, so what if, right? And it also was a great opportunity to acknowledge the gratitude I have for those in my life. So anyway, I hope you have those kind of people in your life. I pray that wherever you're watching this, you're safe and happy. And I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, in my experience, you're doing it wrong. Talk to you soon.